Hey guys! Alright, so this is a quick video to show you how to use the Mouse Genetics Gizmo, and then also this is for anyone who, if your Gizmo isn't working or something, screwy is happening with the system, don't worry about it. You can watch this and you can complete the Mendelian and monohybrid cross assignment using this video. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so the goal of this video is to be able to predict and show the genotypes and phenotypes of offspring based on the parent's traits. The first thing you want to do here is you want to go up here and click on Show Genotype, because that way, when I hover over the pure mouse that is either have black fur or white fur, we can see that under the Show Genotype, it'll show me its genotype, so the alleles that it has. So capital F, or lowercase f. Now, if you remember, a capital F means dominant, and lowercase f means recessive, or capital letters mean dominant, lowercase mean recessive. So in this case, we can easily tell that black fur color is dominant to white. Now, the other thing that we can also talk about or hypothesize is what the offspring would be, right? So if you remember the Punnett square thing, where we would go through and sort of predict the offspring based on the parents' genotypes. So if I was to take two pure breeding black-furred mice and put them up here in the parentals, and both of them have the genotype capital F, what would you predict the children would be? Okay, let's see if your prediction is correct. All right, one more second to predict what you think they'll be. And, right, so they're obviously all black-furred mice with capital F. And the reason for that, obviously, is because that was the only thing that the parents could pass on. So 100% are that, 0% have any of the recessive alleles or white fur. Now, we would expect the same thing to happen if we used all white mice. Let's go ahead and take a pure breeding mouse for black fur with a pure breeding mouse for white fur. Now, I'm going to give you a second to make a prediction as to what you would expect the children's phenotype and genotype to be. All right, so let's go ahead and see. We're going to breed them together, and they are all black-furred mice with capital F, lowercase f. All right, cool. So we could see here that Punnett square workout, and and if you need a little bit of help understanding that Punnett square, let's take a look at it. So if we took the black-furred mouse and we crossed it with, my goodness, sorry about the giant Punnett square there, and also apologize for my handwriting here. Okay, with the white-furred mouse, we can go ahead and put those letters together, and we can see exactly how we would get that result. 100% of them having black fur, and 100% of them being heterozygote. They have one capital letter and one lowercase letter. All right, and so fantastic. So if that's what you predicted, good job to you. So now we're going to go ahead and grab two of these mice, and we're going to go ahead and clear the rest. Now, why did I do that? I want to go ahead and breed these two mice together. These two mice are from the F1 generation. Okay, the F1 generation are the children of the parent or parental generation. Okay, so these guys are both from F1. I know that they're siblings, and so you might think this is a little messed up, but we're going to breed them together, and just to see what the offspring would be. All right, so you can pretend that they aren't literally brother and sister or whatever, but just ignore that. Okay, so we're going to go through and we're going to breed them. And okay, so we can see here we got 4 white mice and 1 black mouse. Now you might be confused. Now this is totally randomized, by the way. If we breed them multiple times, we can see, there's always going to be a sort of a different ratio of black to white mice. But what this is showing here is the Mendelian probability. One thing I want you to remember is that the Punnett square, or this simulation even, doesn't show you exactly what will happen. Like if these mice had 5 children exactly, this does not guarantee that they will have 4 black-furred mice and 1 white-furred mouse. Okay, same thing is true of this scenario, or of this scenario, right? So all of these are just different possible scenarios, but it's all based off of a probability. So let's take a look at the probability that the children would be black-furred or white-furred if we mixed 2 of these heterozygotes from the F1 generation. Okay, if we do this cross, we can see something interesting happen here. Alright, so you see that. Aha! So in this case, we can see that 3 of the individuals have a copy of the dominant allele. So these 3 individuals, okay, so this one, black-furred, alright, black-furred, and this one down here is going to be white-furred. Okay, so this one right here is recessive. Now, that means that there is a 3 out of 4, or 75% chance that the mouse's fur color will be black, and there is a 25% chance that the fur color will be white. Well, then you might ask, well, if there's a 25% chance, why did 4 out of 5 end up being white? It's probability. Okay, each time that these mice have a new kid, it resets the probability, right? It's not like if you have a white mouse, then you're more likely to have a white mouse the next time. No, it's remember, these alleles are inherited randomly, and so 50% from mom, 50% from dad. You got a 50-50 shot as to which one will pass on the big F or the small f. So it might be unlikely that we get 4 out of 5 mice having white fur, but it can happen because it's just a probability, 25% probability every time they have a new child that it will be white. So in this case, the odds just went in favor of that fur color, but in this case, we can see that the odds went in the opposite direction. And so, it could go either way. You just have to remember that these are probabilities. It's not just telling you exactly what they're going to have. All right, I hope this was helpful to you and helped you understand this mouse genetics, and hopefully this will help you to finish up that section. So hope you enjoyed it. I hope you guys have a great break, and I look forward to seeing you when we come back. Take care.